Yo, what's up, guys?
We're back with another YFZ plastic swap video. So, I kind of did a couple things off camera. I got the seat to fit good. The plastic's literally where it needs to be. I just need to move some mounts, get everything ready. The seat sits. I'm gonna have to finish welding on this bracket here. The seat clips. Plastic's not down yet, as you can see. And this is kind of what we're dealing with here. So this bracket here, I had to move from here back. I'm gonna have to add little tabs here. I have these. I'm gonna go ahead, cut those down and weld those in here to support these. So then those have a bolting point. There's also this here. I have to weld the bar off and figure out what I'm gonna do for that. These tabs here, I'm literally just gonna cut this and put it here. That solves that problem. Then we move over to here. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a bracket. I'm gonna bolt it here, and then there's gonna be no bolt up here, just, you know, in the beginning. I'm gonna hold this up, line the hole from the bracket up with here. There's a tab here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little dark. But there is a metal tab here that just has to get extended out a little bit. So then I'll go ahead and put that bracket through there, shove a bullet through it, and it'll hold both of them at the same time. The two fronts lined up perfect. It's kind of crazy how that all turned out, but everything's coming along. I just wanted to get the plastic settled in. It was super nice how fast the side cowl pieces came, and how ironic that the blue is just matching. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But I'm gonna go ahead, get these tabs cut, and we're gonna weld them on. I'm only gonna take a little bit off the bracket because I think if I put it just a little bit up on the lip, you know, just have it lipped up a little bit on the side, like right here. But if I weld it right now, it's kind of at an angle, which already is, you're kind of already deeming it to fail if it's at an angle and you kind of just keep squishing it. It's just gonna keep folding. So I want it to be straight up right from the start. So I'm just gonna take a little bit off of that with the angle grinder. I have the tabs bolted to where they need to be. The plastic centered out. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss a tiny little tack. I have this prepped, but there's still paint on here, but it'll still tack through it. And then I'll go ahead and grind the rest off so I can lay the rest of the tacks. So that's what I got going on right now. Oh my God. What's going on? Horrible weld. Turn
I was sitting here waiting, looking away, waiting.
I was doing some shit.
I'm waiting. I'm like, what's going on? You finally fucking, I'm like, you know.
I think I got it a little bit. I'm gonna do it again. I think that one was good. Yeah. I went ahead and just threw tacks on here because if I have to move anything, I would like to be able to move it. But same as this bar, this is just tacked on for right now as well. But that's looking good back here. I'm gonna go ahead next and cut this off and try to figure out where I'd like it to be to touch this. I have removed the tabs, and this side, I cut this one already, but it's for the other side. Regardless, it wasn't long enough. It was something like that. I'm gonna have to add a little bend here. I have some metal like this that I'll just go ahead and cut and bend so it'll be one piece. But on the other side, I didn't really realize that the hole was missing because I forgot that the YFZ, the exhaust, is actually on the other side. So this one I had to cut the fender to make it fit. But I have this little bracket here. Slide that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just weld that to the quad. And I drilled my own hole. So yeah, little bracket, get it welded up. I got it welded up. We got a bolt in it. Obviously I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but looks pretty even. I got the other bracket hanging off here. Just gonna hold that to there. I'm gonna tack that up. I got the seat on, just make sure everything looks good, and it does. We're moving along. Rick's over here messing around with his quad. The old Blasta.
Little cotter pin.
Want to get done?
Ready?
Yeah.
And just like that, another bracket tacked up. The white plastics, the one side had a sag in it, so I was just trying to avoid that the best I could. I think it looks pretty nice, and I'm gonna go ahead and just analyze some things and keep moving. So the rear end is pretty much, I don't really know what else to do, like mount wise. So I have this here and this here. I have this rod. I'd like to drill a hole into this here, drill another hole over here, and make like a cotter pin system and slide this through this hole, through the plate, through the other side into this hole, and it would add a lot of extra support to the fenders. So it'd be really nice to do. I'd like to do that. I'm not gonna do that just yet, because it's kind of a little bit more important to, so I won't require any welding. But this, I have this little plate here. I can hold these up, which closes the gap there. And yeah, you guys understand what's going on here. There's this little, right here, very much so hoping the camera's picking that up. There's a bracket there. I just have to extend it a little bit, not very far, as you guys can see, hopefully. But I'm gonna make another one of these for the other side. I just noticed, blowing holes in me shit. Check this out. So that throws a wrench in the mix, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make a duplicate of this for this side anyways, because no matter what, I'm gonna end up needing one to hold this up, whether it's gotta go to there or not, so. I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate this for now. I got my square drawn out. Now I'm gonna cut it.
So I am not sure what's going on with the audio. I don't know if I have my finger on it or what, but in this clip I'm just trying to show you guys that I'm making a bracket for the seat to clip into. So like on the bottom of the seat there's a little clip, just slides into there as I'm showing, and it hooks onto it, and it works very well, honestly.
Seat is very planted. So we'll go ahead and, so that's on. Next I want to go ahead, I have these marked out on a piece of metal. I want to go from here to here. And then once I do that, I'll go from here to here. But next is going to be from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. I have this right here. I just need to duplicate another one. And I'll get back to you guys after I do that. I ground it down. We'll put that there. Just going to line up to that hole like that. I went ahead, made the other side. Same thing. Just going to get welded under there. There. me get the welder fired up and get this tacked on. Not bad. I went ahead and just imitated it on the top. Same thing. Welded tabs onto there. Now all this is sturdy. So realistically, it just leaves this and the rod mechanism I was talking about on the back. I'm not exactly sure how to do these yet. I know that I could just weld these plates. Because you pick that up. I know you guys can't see right now, but I picked that up and the holes line up good. And this plate could get welded to this tab right here. It's gonna be a little hard to get the welder in there, but it would be very ideal if that could happen. Which I think I'm gonna make it happen, but like I said, it's gonna be a bitch. Alright, it's been a couple days. I did weld these tabs in here like I had mentioned in the video. So I just kind of rewatched it a little bit to see where I left off, and I did talk about that. But the other thing that I wanted to do was these mounts up here, and like I said, it was going to be kind of a bitch to get out of them, so I had to take magnets and put the plates where they needed to be, and then I went ahead and tacked them with the magnets, took the magnets off, finished tacking them, and now they're there. They're not the beautifulest thing in the world, but I was kind of thinking, because some of the stuff is going to have like seams that I couldn't weld shut, like my just amazing weld jobs here and here. Like maybe just slap some seam sealer underneath there before I go ahead and paint everything down and sand it. It's obviously just a thought, but it doesn't seem like a bad thing to go ahead and do. But I have those side parts welded up now. I'm going to go ahead and put the blue, obviously it's fucking blue. I'm going to put the plastic back on and try to see, hopefully those plates didn't move when I was welding them, because that would suck. So all the plastic is back on. Everything's mounted where it needs to be mounted. I would honestly say it's off a smudge from, like, you know, the little arrow to the handlebars, center of the steering. It's off just a smudgy smudge, but I mean, for me, literally taking a completely different set of plastics and slapping it on the quad, not half bad. Seat sits down and clamps. All the plastic is good. Big smile on my face. So what I really need to do is just go back around, finish welding whatever tabs are just tacked, because obviously it can stay where it is now, and sand the little tabs and paint it. I mean, I don't really have much else to do with the plastic. I know I keep yapping about putting these things on, and I haven't got to that yet, and I have the brake. So how much of a procrastinator am I to where I can say we'll go ahead and do that in the next episode, because I don't want to drag this episode out too far. Because as you guys can see, the plastic is 100% mounted. I forgot to put the gas tank back in there when I had the top piece off, but I know that it fits because I've already tested it. But hell yeah, you guys. The YFZ250 Tao Tao. I love it. I honestly love it. The white with the blue looks hella nice. I'm going to paint these rims black like my other ones, and she'll be a styling girl again. That's all I got for today. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and have a nice night.